Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm using the sketch from ScrapaSketch for Design Scene Sketch. This is available on Facebook from ScrapaSketch and she does a free sketch Friday and this is one of your inspirations is from me today. So I am going to use this picture of my daughter and I'm just pointing out that there's some colors that she's wearing that's going to match with those butterfly papers, and I picked out, so the butterfly is a recollection paper, the polka dot pink is a close to my heart paper, and then the grid in the yellow is a studio calico paper. So I thought that I would use the pink as the top corner that's showing in the sketch, and then the yellow and the butterfly paper will be those kind of triangle shards, but I thought I would do it with the yellow in the background and then rip the butterfly paper. And so I like how it comes out, but I had thought it would be a little bit different. So I'm going to rip this and get this piece set up for this corner, because it does come down to the corner for that first one and up a little bit on that side. So I wanted to make that appropriate length. And then I should have cut, torn this whole piece before I cut this, because I'll have to fix it here in a minute, but it is what it is. So it's fixable. It's okay. And then, so this I'm going to glue onto here. I am going to steal some of that overlapping paper out from in behind the Studio Calico grid for the Close to My Heart pink, because I want to use both of those still. So I'm going to make sure I have enough of this that I can use it some more. So I was like, I'm going to cut this. No, I'm going to tear this. Not this way. I use, why am I doing it so hard? Just use your ruler. There, yay. Just use the ruler. I did want to use the ruler for the tearing of this because I did want my triangle pieces to look more like triangle pieces and not so much like just ripped pieces, I guess. I wanted to still give that idea that they're triangle-y. So there's that one. And then there's going to be this one I'm going to do, and I do this a little bit bigger than I probably wanted to start with, and that's okay. And then I'm like, yep, I do have to fix that. So I'm just going to cut this little bit of a corner off. And it just slides in super easy. You can hardly tell it's there. So, yeah. And then that, there we go. Yay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of this butterfly paper, putting every other one to the side. That one's a bit bigger. And then this corner one, I do want it to look like on the corner. So kind of like sunrise too. You could probably do this with a stencil if you wanted. I know there's some neat ray stencils out there, so that would look kind of neat too. I wanted to do these with the ripped paper, and so I'm going to put this one on. This is how I more envisioned it, but staying true to the sketch, there is more of that background color available, so I decided that I'd stay a little bit truer to the sketch that way, and I did not tear that one very easily, but that's okay. I'll fix it here in a second. So this is going to slide in here so that I have a little less of that massive piece of yellow. So, and then this I'm going to arrange a little bit because it was being a little finicky. It's not going to go all the way up to the top, and where I want it to, like, it is what it is. It wasn't going to be perfect just because of the way I did it. That's okay. So this would have been fine. I decided to move it over just a little bit here in a second. That I'm going to get glued down a little bit because it's not coming up. I thought maybe I could rotate that a little bit with the corner. I didn't want the corner to be weird. So this little spot at the top will be weird, but you only know that because I told you. So And then I'm going to add a couple layers to my photo. And this is when my oldest found out she got accepted to uni. So the title is going to be Accepted to AU Arts, which is where she's going. And yeah. And then I want the yellow overlapping on the pink and the pink overlapping where the butterflies are to give some contrast, but also using those same papers. And then there'll be a title and some embellishment, and it'll be done already. So we are more than halfway done. So I'm just fiddling a little bit, seeing where I want this to go. I am looking at the sketch, and so on the sketch the photo is going horizontal, but I really wanted to do this photo, so mine is going to go vertical, but I am still trying to get some of the design aspects of it. So there is some layering of paper, and then at two of the corners there's some embellishment, and the title is supposed to be just on the top. Mine's going to go all the way around, but I had a much bigger title than what was on the sketch, so it could have been smaller if I chose a different alpha, but I didn't want to choose a different alpha. So just getting this on. I'm really faffed with that. So that looks pretty good. I have a ledge for my alpha. I am not going to make you watch me put all these alphas down. They are a really old chipboard and need a little TLC and some glue and all sorts of things. So I'm going to start here, and yay, they're on. So I did decide to go all the way around. And then I'm going to pull out some of the ephemera pieces from Simple Stories Life in Bloom that I have left. And so my title is going to be Accepted to AU Arts, but then I have a subtitle called Moments Captured and a little bit of journaling and more butterflies, because I can't have too many butterflies on a page for this kid. So, and the camera works. She is going into an art program. So, yep. And it's a picture, so why not? And then just on this little ticket stub place, I do a little bit of journaling. It says, "So proud of you, off to uni in the fall, December 1st, 2025. And yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I want to do, and there is not. And here are my close-ups. There'll be some still shots here to follow as well. If you would like more from ScrapaSketch, make sure you take a look at the Facebook group, because they are on Facebook. And there's also printables and more sketches and stencils and all sorts of things that you can get online from ScrapaSketch.com. And there is a discount code here, right here for you. And so that gives you 10% off the printables, books, and stencils. And that's Amanda 10 at checkout. Thanks so much for being here today. If you're new here, I would love it if you subscribed, liked, and commented. Thank you so much, and have yourself a wonderful day.